gosh, your beats are so fire.
What is going on, everybody? How are you doing tonight? Happy Tuesday. And it is the return of Steel Conspiracy on a Tuesday night. I hope you are having a wonderful night. Appreciate you for being here. As you can see, we're at a new place and a whole new thing going on right here. And, and a new person with me.
Yeah.
That is to my were you looking to the left? I don't know. You know me. I'm horrible with directions. But on the side of me is Miss Adelia, who is one of the members of LGR, who is one of the original members, founding member, runs everything. I say she's the face that runs the place, but that's just me. Joining me, and hopefully will be joining me pretty much all season through the through the preseason playoffs, season, however long we decide to do the show, because sometimes it gets tiring. It just gets tiring doing shows sometimes, but then it gets fun.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, as you can see, we are on Good Friends, Better Rivals channel, LGR's sports channel. We have moved Still Conspiracy over here, where we'll be doing the same kind of thing we were doing before, but with just a lot more people coming on. You know, we'll have Ferris, we'll have Adelia, maybe Brodney Hendo might show up every once in a while. You know, they'll be in the chat saying something, you know, smart aleck as always. But, you know, and we have some other people that might join me and Adelia talking different things, talking Steelers. We're going to be talking Broncos a little bit more because Adelia is a Broncos fan. We'll be covering mostly all teams within the NFL. We'll talk about them, but Ferris got you covered on New York and Dallas with him and Caleb's show. But we'll also be covering other sports such as UFC, such as basketball. Actually, we won't be covering basketball because we have a basketball show coming up.
Yeah, we still haven't officially announced that, so we'll have to announce that on Twitter after the show.
Well, I keep messing everything up again.
No.
So, but we will be definitely talking a lot of different kind of sports here. But Adelia, how are you doing today? It is Tuesday. I know it's just the beginning of the week. We're just getting started. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Just got done doing Starting 11, our soccer show, a little bit ago, and happy to be here with you.
Yeah.
I never get to talk both types of football in one night, so.
That's actually kind of interesting. You're talking both different. The one sport that Americans say is football, and the sport that's actually football, and then you got rugby in the middle. That's like a combination of both.
Yeah.
But it's great to have you here. It's going to be awesome. You bring a different perspective to the sports world, and not only that, we'll be talking a bunch of other stuff. But before we get started, I just want to thank everybody that's here, everybody that is watching, that watches this on the rerun. Want to thank everybody that is doing behind the scenes stuff here at LGR to make this possible. It's been really exciting. We have a lot of cool stuff that we're going to be able to do for the show. Can't wait for you guys to see it. I know right now we're kind of just starting it out, but there's a lot of cool things happening behind the scenes. So can't wait to show it to you guys. And also to everybody that is going to be here watching this, make sure to like, subscribe to the LGR network, to Good Friends, Better Rivals, both channels. Make sure if you see the links below right there that you can sign up to join. I believe I wanted to ask you this. Is it like Patreon or is it different than Patreon? Okay. I'm not really sure.
We have patreon.com/LGR_network. We have Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/LGR_network. And you can always buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/LGR_network. Any way that you choose to support the channel, we appreciate. And it helps us do cool things like, get new graphics and pay Danny and pay Alex and do lots of cool stuff on the channel. Got a few comments in the chat. Let's pull those up now. Jose says, I woke up from my nap just in time. Good to see you, Jose.
from LBHT
Yep,
Network.
we got Jay in the chat as well. So thanks for joining us, guys.
Shout out to my man Jay. Yeah, make sure if you want to help support the channel shows to join the Patreon. Obviously, I know what Patreon is, but this
Kofi.
Kofi. You know I'm horrible with the pronouncing everything. Kofi. Make sure to join that and buy Adelia a coffee because she tends to be working hard and she needs it. So make sure to buy her a coffee. Shout out to Jeremy Miller in the chat, one of the regulars. How you doing, sir? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Jeremy, just to let you know, we will talk a little bit Dallas, but if you want to talk Dallas, go check out Caleb and Ferris's show where they get really deep into Dallas and New York Giants. We're going to kind of stick to that of making sure that they cover more of them. So when they try to cover the Steelers, I'll go in there and yell at them, especially Ferris, not to cover my Steelers. But I mean, he's a New York Giant, so they don't ever, they don't cover anybody. Everybody scores on them.
Hey, Brodney.
Ferris goes, we had a rugby show.
We did like 4 episodes of it before I was just like, I can't host a show.
And if you've watched me before, I tend to go off the rails. Real quick, something about rugby. My cousin, who played for Grand Canyon University, is actually getting an invite for the national team for the next Olympics.
That's really cool.
For rugby, she was named national. I don't know how they do it, but like one of the best play, like how in football, one of the like All-Americans for this last year. So she's actually gonna be going out for the national team. So that is pretty dope.
That's cool. Brodney's saying boo Pitt.
Of course, haters.
Brandon Buckingham in the chat.
What's up? Brandon? How you doing? And real quick, I want to. Like I said before, Adelia will be joining me. We'll have other people join me, but I do want to send out a cool thank you. For 2 years now, I've been doing the show, and 2 guys that were there for me because one of them drove off my co-host when I first started the show. Adelia, I don't know if you know that. His name is Brodney. He drove off one of my co-hosts, but he decided to help me and jump on the show. It was only supposed to be temporary, and it was 2 years. And then Hendo, same thing. It was like, oh, we're just doing temporary. End up doing 2 years together doing this show, and I appreciate them as much as we all bust each other up. They're 2 of my good friends, and I appreciate them for the last years that they've been here doing the shows. We would have great times. We had some funny times, and we had some tense times because I don't know if you noticed, we always argue when we're talking sports. But those are 2 great guys, and I appreciate them for everything they've done for me and for the show. So shout out to Brodney and Hendo.
Yeah, Brodney's saying, what is this XP witchcraft? It's a new thing YouTube is doing. You get experience points for commenting in the chat. I don't know what it accomplishes, but it's a new thing YouTube's doing. Yeah,
maybe we'll figure it out, and maybe we'll give some stuff away. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe get some video game keys away. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah. We won bronze with 7 seconds. Yes, I replayed that a lot because that thing is awesome to watch that, how they won that. And Jose, you did a few shows. But you are LBHT backbone, and I think you did late with Suge Knight. You did those. I don't know if you were ever on for Still Conspiracy. I don't remember, but. We're going to talk some sports right now. We got some other cool things. Adelia has come up with the topic for blind ranking. So we're going to be doing some blind. We're bringing that back. That was always fun with Hendo and Brodney. Ferris is going to be joining us. We're going to be talking some WNBA, possibly some UFC. And eventually I'll get some other people on. We're going to do some cool things with some betting and things like that. So we got a whole plethora of fun stuff to do. Thank you for being here once again. I really appreciate it. And we're going to start off with the Steelers preseason game, Adelia, against the Jaguars. It's a game 1 of the preseason. Nothing special. Yeah. Nothing special. You had some starters in there. The big thing was seeing Travis Hunter out there. He did play both sides. Got 2 receptions, 9 yards. 2 receptions. Yeah, 2 receptions, 9 yards. Did take a big hit though. Came across the middle, took a big hit from I believe our safety or our corner, one of the 2. Our offense, obviously, it's hard. We've seen the song and dance before. Kenny Pickett went out there and went 4-0, and we were like, "Yeah, we're gonna win the Super Bowl," and then we went 9-8, like we usually do. Mason Rudolph had some good throws, but Skylar Thompson, 20 for 28, 233 yards, 3 touchdowns. We're
That's
winning the Super Bowl.
crazy.
We're winning the Super Bowl this year with
No.
Skylar Thompson.
No.
No, but we got to see some of our rookies. Caleb Johnson went out there, 8 carries, 20 yards. Not too great. 2.5 yards per carry. Is that Najee Harris back in the backyard in the backfield again? Don't know, but he did look good on some runs. We had some unexpected people catching the ball in Keyshawn Williams, Rock Taylor, Max Hurleman, Trey Sermon. Like, these are all guys trying to make the roster. So it was nice to see. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers didn't start, and I had kind of stopped the show before you guys got my reaction about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is a Steeler. Am I happy about it? I don't know, but he is a veteran quarterback. He's won in the NFL. He's an MVP, but he's old, so we'll see what happens. We did, prior to the show, George Pickens was on my team. I was picking up a lot of cards of his, and then all of a sudden he got traded. Before we traded for DK Metcalf, so I was like, oh, we're about to have the crash out Kings on the Steelers, and then we trade Pickens to the Cowboys, and Caleb was happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
So we're kind of trying to find that number 2 wide receiver. We do have Calvin Austin the second. It's second or third, I don't remember. I think it's the second. But we're trying to find that number 2. Someone that showed out a lot was Darnell Washington. He was a tight end from Georgia who was kind of hurt. Big guy, huge, and he really looked good in preseason. So we'll kind of see what happens with him. I'm not going to put too much stock into it, but he did look good. Big target wide tight end. So looking at this preseason, there's not much you can take away from it. Obviously, Will Howard, we drafted Will Howard, but he hurt his hand in camp. So a lot of people were talking about possibly him being the number 2 quarterback. But he's hurt. He's going to be out for a few weeks. So this kind of messes things up for him as far as getting those reps to show his talent in live NFL games. The big thing coming out of this, which is crazy, because I think me and Ferris even had this argument, was there was a 70-yard field goal made by the Jaguars kicker. But it doesn't count, Adelia.
As a record, no, it doesn't.
I get it. It shouldn't count as a record, but it should count as a made field goal. And Ferris kind of pointed out to me that it's not technically a made field goal. It doesn't really count, but I'm like, it should, because it was against live competition. It was on a live field. Why doesn't it count? How do you feel about that? Or what are your thoughts about them attempting a 70-yard field goal?
Attempting a 70-yard field goal not at altitude is crazy to me. But good on him for making it. Like, that doesn't happen very often in the NFL. I'm always super impressed when guys can make field goals that far out. So I do agree that it should count as the record. I don't understand why it's different regular season versus preseason. I mean, I kind of do, but I don't at the same time. And it was very impressive.
Yeah, for sure. I think that I think that it should count as a made field goal. I don't know. It's because then if you count as a made field goal, then it's a record.
As Ferris says, they count the points.
Yeah, I hope that the Jaguars do attempt a 70-yard field goal in the regular season, and then he hits it. 69. Yeah. I'll take a 68er, but he hits it, and then he gets the record. But that's still impressive, though, to hit a 70-yard field goal.
It's very impressive,
and to have that much leg. I wonder if he played soccer before, because you got to have a lot of leg to get that going. But coming out of this game, we obviously have the Jaguars, who young team, number 1 draft pick. They do have Trevor Lawrence. A lot of people are kind of down on Trevor Lawrence this year. You have a player I was high on, I don't know if he played, but Brian. Oh, he did play. Brian Thomas Jr. You have Tank Bigsby. You have Travis Eckett Jr.
That's
You have
that's a good point, Jose. It's the preseason record.
technically they keep a record, but it's just for preseason. Okay, but I hope they attempt a 70-yard field goal now in the regular season. And this is a young Jaguars team. A lot of people had the last couple of years had thought they were going to be on the rise. They kind of fallen off. Just give me your quick thoughts on Trevor Lawrence and how you see his future going, because he's going. I think he's still on a rookie record or a rookie contract. If he doesn't do well this year, do you think we see Trevor Lawrence move to another team pick him up? Steelers. There was talks of trade between the Jags and the Steelers for Trevor Lawrence, and people say you're crazy. You're going to have to give us T.J. Watt. But if he's not playing well, could we see a trade like that for the Steelers to get younger? As obviously they're only doing a 1-year deal with Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, I don't know what the quarterback class coming out in the draft this coming year is going to be like. But if there's a good quarterback class and he's not playing well and the Jags have a high pick, I could totally see them moving on from Trevor Lawrence. He's had good moments and bad. Ferris is saying, no, he isn't. They paid him. So
Oh, okay. Well, then
even though they paid him, Ferris, like at some point in time,
on record saying, okay, my apologies. I do remember him getting paid. You're right.
yeah,
But
I don't
he
know 'cause
hasn't.
I don't follow the Jags like at all. Although I'm gonna have to start to follow them because I love Travis Hunter. But at some point in time, even if he got paid, like Ferris is saying, 275 million, 200 guaranteed.
What was the Jags' record last year, or when did they pay him? Hold on, I'm gonna look that up real
Yeah,
quick.
you
But go
look
ahead,
that
keep
up.
talking.
At some point in time, they are going to have to decide if he's not playing well, like how much longer they continue with this. Ferris saying he sucks, though, that we agree on.
Yeah. Okay. So it was a 5-year, $275 million extension with the Jaguars, which included $200 million guaranteed, $142 million fully guaranteed at signing. The deal, which begins 2026, also includes a $37.5 million signing bonus. Okay. So yeah. So
So it starts
he.
next year. Is that what
So
you
it was
just said?
5-year, $270 extension with the Jaguars, which includes a $200 million guaranteed and $142 million fully guaranteed at signing. This deal, which begins in 2026, also includes a $37.5 million signing bonus and $55 average annual salary. Ties him with Joe Burrow as the highest in the NFL. Looks
Okay.
like it was. It looked like it was extended June 13th, around there. So last year. I just want to look up the Jags' record.
Yeah. Hendo saying he had 2 years left when he signed. At some point in time, though, if he's playing terribly, they're going to have to make a decision on whether they. I know they have to pay him a lot of money, even if they release him. But why keep him if he's
So
not playing well?
yeah, so last year, so the last 2 years, they prior to last year, they were 9-8. They won the division 1 year at 9-8, and then last year they were 4-13. And I believe that might have been his rookie year.
Ferris saying
No,
this is his last year on the rookie deal.
okay, so they were 9-8, and then they were 4-13 because Mac Jones. Let me see if Trevor Lawrence started
Well,
any
he
other
got
game.
hurt in a recent season. I don't know if it was last season, but I remember him missing games at the end of the season. The Jaguars are an interesting team to me where they have a lot of potential, but they just don't ever put it together. I was actually kind of upset that Travis Hunter got taken by the Jags because it's the Jags. I love Travis Hunter. I want him to do well. I'm glad he played both sides of the ball in that preseason game. I think that's when he's at his best. But I really don't know what to make of Trevor Lawrence and where they're headed. It's interesting. It's really
Yeah,
interesting.
for sure. And if when you have a talent, I mean, if you look at their roster with Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter, the running backs, Etney, Bisbee, like they have
They have
a
talent.
lot of talent. They have talent.
Yeah.
So if Trevor Lawrence can't put it together, like Hendo's saying right here, Rams traded Goff and Eagles parted ways with Wentz and owe them a lot of money. Yeah, you could still go ahead and get rid of him, even though you owe him a lot of money.
Yeah.
And get some draft picks for him to fill out your team because you have, if you think about it, with the Jags, you have the running backs, you have the wide receivers. You can you can really put it together if he doesn't put it together through drafting and getting players. So it'll be interesting to see. On the Steelers side, there's a lot coming out of this game. There's a few things coming out of this game outside of the game, which we'll talk about with Cam Heyward. But I like what I saw from our rookies, and I like what we saw from our wide receiver core. The big issue that that the Steelers are having is having a number 2 wide receiver. Obviously, with DK coming here and then trading Pickens, we were kind of, what are we going to do now? So I like what we saw from our wide receivers, and hopefully we find that number 2 because I think with Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson, the tight ends, like we have those third options. It's the second option that we need, which I had hoped to be Pickens, but obviously that's not going to happen. And our defense, obviously, and we'll get into the Hayward stuff. Look fine. Nothing special. They put 25 points on us. I think we were watching the game, and I was watching the game with my son, and there was some runs against us that was a little concerning, but I wasn't too angry about it. Before we get into the Broncos, we'll talk about Cameron Heyward. So Cameron Heyward signed a 2-year contract last year for $29 million, including a $14,700,000 signing bonus and $16 million guaranteed, with the average annual salary of $14,500. He is asking for a raise. It's been reported that he's kind of still working out with the team, but he is asking for a raise. It's also been reported, though, he did tell the team that when he got this extension, he said if he made All Pro, he was going to come back and ask for a raise, and he did do that. He came back and asked for a raise, and he's gonna kind of hold out. And it's a couple things with this. A couple things with this is Hayward. Hayward. Like, I understand where he's coming from, but it's kind of weird because there's, athletes talk about all the time. Owners can trade them. Owners can void contracts, things like that. So as a player, you should be able to ask for a raise. If you perform well, you should be able to ask for a raise, and that's what he's doing. And so it's kind of, but he just signed a contract, so a lot of fans are upset. I want to get your thoughts on just a player signing a contract the year before, now comes back to the table and says, I want to raise because I performed well. What do you think about that?
I mean, he's a 14-year vet, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like this is his first rodeo. He signed a 2-year extension. He could have signed a bigger extension, but they didn't give him one, and he thinks he's entitled to more. I will never put it past a professional athlete to try to get as much money as they can because their careers are so short compared to like lifespan usually. And there's the risk of being seriously injured at any moment. I can understand why people are upset. They're saying you just signed this extension. Why do you want more already? But I like I said, I won't put it past these guys trying to make their money.
Yeah, and the argument from him is I made All Pro, but I'm the 22nd paid interior lineman.
Yeah.
And he made All Pro. I believe
Mhm.
he made the Pro Bowl, things like that. So he's 36, but that is the issue right there because everybody in front of him was 28, 32, 27, 30, 28, 30. The next oldest person is 31.
Rodney
Um,
says both won Super Bowls too.
yeah, he's talking about Goff and Wentz, which is
Oh
true.
yeah, yeah.
So I understand where he's coming from, but I would like him to fill out his or to fill out his obligation with his contract. But
Mhm.
I understand that if he told them, "Hey, I am going to come back if I make All Pro or I do such and such this," you you know you knew he was going to do that. A
Yeah.
lot of fans are pointing out they could have took care of this in February. They could have
Mhm.
taken care of this earlier. So there's a possibility that he might hold out, not play some games, which is kind of frustrating because he is a cornerstone. But then we drafted kind of his replacement, kind of the next guy in line in this year's draft. So I'm with you. I think players should get their money. I think players should get paid as much as they feel they're worth. I do feel that they need to feel their obligation with their contract. But if you were straight up like, "Hey, I'm gonna come back," then this shouldn't be unexpected for the Steelers. They know that he was gonna come back and ask for a raise.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. We're hopefully a deal will get done, or he'll get compensated the way he wants. We'll see what happens if it drags out. Not really sure. I haven't read too much about it recently. It was just reported, and he talked about it. But then Tomlin says, he's not really having Cam um, participating right now because he's an older guy, which is true. He's older.
Yeah, he's
So
36.
yeah, so you don't want him out there practicing every day for preseason. Doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. Um, but we do know that they just signed T.J. Watt. They gave him an extension. They acquired DK Metcalf. Gave him some money. Jalen
Mhm.
Ramsey too. So there's not a lot of wiggle room there for the Steelers. So hopefully they can both compromise. I do know that last year when he did sign extension, he did some stuff to help make some more room for them for money to get to do stuff that they needed to do. But he wants to be paid, and I understand where he's coming from. So it's kind of like I'm in the middle of this. Like I don't really side with the Steelers, but I don't really side with Cam.
Yeah.
If you sign the extent, like you said, you sign the extension, you could have asked for more money. You didn't, and now you want more money. It's kind of frustrating. But then again, he says, "Hey, if I make All Pro, I'm going to come back and It's like any other job. Hey, these are my numbers now, but if I raise my numbers to this in this
Mhm.
time, I expect to be compensated, and he wants to be compensated. So I get it. I understand, and it's gonna be very interesting moving forward.
Yeah.
Um, let's talk about your Broncos. Stomping a mud hole into the 49ers. Um, 49ers scored. I'm assuming 3 field goals, and then Broncos just
I
said, "Okay, we're done with you."
Yeah, I don't
And
remember if it was 3 field goals for the 49ers or what happened there. 'Cause swear I saw them score a touchdown, but I could be wrong.
uh,
Um, but, yeah, this is a great start to preseason, but at the same time, it's preseason. I don't really put too much stock into wins and losses in preseason.
yeah, they
Um,
did. They did have a touchdown. Patrick Taylor Jr. So did they
Missed
miss
the
the
extra point, I think,
point?
and they
That's
kicked a
okay.
field goal.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
uh, but you have Mac Jones over there, Carter Bradley Tanner. I'm not even gonna pronounce that name. Um, 49ers obviously they're hanging their hat on Brock Purdy.
Mhm.
But for the Broncos, I mean, you got your quarterback of the future in Bo Nix.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, second half of the season played really well.
Yep.
And it's looking even better going into the season with that defense and with your offense. How do you feel about going into the season, and do you take over the Chiefs in the AFC West?
No.
You don't think
No.
so?
Mm. I don't think we're quite there yet. Not in Bo Nix's second season. But I think that he's going to build off of what the second half of the season was like last year. We made the playoffs last year for the first time in a really long time. So that was
Since,
great, even though
since
the
Tebow?
game,
No,
no,
no.
since Peyton.
Oh, that's right, Peyton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for
Um,
reminding me.
yeah.
I've lost to
We-
Tebow and Peyton in a dang Broncos uniform. Appreciate it.
I'm fairly certain that this is the first time we made the playoffs since we won Super Bowl 50. So it was a long drought after winning that Super Bowl and Peyton retired and all that. But we've got our quarterback of the future now in Bo Nix. Wasn't sure going into last season how I felt about it. Sort of felt like that was the quarterback we drafted because that was the one that was left in on draft day. But I think he turned out to be really well. He fits into Sean Payton's system really well. I think that we've got a really good wide receiver core, and I think that he's just building the you know chemistry with the wide receivers, and the defense. The defense is outstanding. So I have high hopes for this year, but I don't put too much stock into preseason.
Yeah, exactly. Preseason is kind of just getting your feet wet, getting used to being in a NFL setting, and then giving some of the under. It's usually like preseason game 4 is where you'll see starters staying a little longer and
Hmm.
kind of gauge
Yeah,
here. But
Bo
there's been
Nix
so
took
many,
11 snaps in this game. I mean,
but there's been so many injuries preseason now. I just don't
there
think people want
have
to play
been.
this.
Yeah,
They
I
want to play
don't.
the starters.
Yeah, I don't blame people for not wanting to play their starters. I mean, you want your team as healthy as possible going into the regular season. I do think you'll see them play a little bit more in the fourth game, but I just don't think that it's going to really there's guys that are obviously playing to make a roster, and then there's guys that are basically guaranteed roster spots, and those are the guys you don't want to play too much in the preseason.
For sure. All right, so some scores around the league. Obviously, again, preseason. Lions beat the Falcons. Patriots beat the Commanders. Giants beat the Bills. Vikings beat Texans. Rams beat the Cowboys. Buccaneers beat the Titans. Jets beat the Packers. Cardinals beat the Chiefs. Uh, Bears and Dolphins finish in a tie.
Mm-hmm.
That's always great. And Chargers beat the Saints. Going into next week, we always I call this the Cholo Bowl, the 49ers versus the Raiders. They rarely play each other during the regular season because those two fan bases are nuts. But they always play each other in the preseason, so that'll be interesting. You guys are playing
Cardinals.
Cardinals. Ooh, you versus Buck. That's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
We are playing the Buccaneers again. Just kind of want to see our development from our young players. Caleb Johnson, see how he does. I don't think we're going to see Aaron Rodgers from probably preseason
I'll be
game
surprised
before.
if he plays before the final preseason game.
Yeah, I think we won't see him till the last preseason
And
game.
even then, I don't think he plays that much in the final preseason game.
Caleb, yes, Cowboys and Raiders is also the Cholo Bowl. You're absolutely right, Caleb. Shout out to Caleb, NFL Caleb. So yeah, we got some, preseason. It's nice to have football back. College is going to be starting up soon. I don't remember exact date, but it's nice to have football back and seeing having games. Right now they're on Saturdays, but Sundays we'll start having football, and then it'll go to Thursdays, Mondays, and all those crazy days that we have football. Real quick, just early reaction or early predictions. Give me your AFC West winner.
Chiefs. I think it's still the Chiefs.
Give me your AFC champion.
Ooh, probably still the Chiefs.
Give me your NFC champion.
That one's hard too. I really like the Lions, so I'll go with the Lions.
Give me your Super Bowl champion.
Oh, I think it's probably if it's Chiefs Lions, I think it's probably the Chiefs, which I hate saying. I absolutely hate saying.
For me, I'm gonna go for AFC North. I will say it is probably gonna be the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
For AFC champion, I'm going to go out on a limb and say the Bills.
The Bills, okay.
Bills. And for NFC, I will say the Eagles.
The Eagles are good.
And I will say the Bills get their first championship. Did they won a championship? No, they'll get their first.
I don't think the Bills have won one. I think they've been
there. Poor Jim Kelly went there 4 times. So I think Bills will get their first championship this year.
Bradley's saying the Panthers.
Hey, Bryce Young can play. I'm high on Bryce Young. I am high on Bryce Young.
Jeremy also saying college is doing another Ireland game between week 0, Kansas State versus Iowa State on August 23rd.
Nice.
That's a weird game to put in Ireland, if you ask me.
Right? Two Midwest teams. I like college, but there's so many teams. It's hard to follow.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the year, it's the same 10 teams.
Yeah. I definitely don't follow college football as closely as I do like the Broncos. I don't have a college team. I pay attention to what the University of Nebraska does just simply because it determines the mood of the town I live in for a week, how those games go. So I pay attention to that, but I do hang out in our Discord, which you can join if you're interested. Click the link in the description below if you're watching on YouTube, or it's !Discord to get the link on Twitch. It's free to join. We hang out in voice chat on Saturdays during college football season and just watch games all day. And I will watch games with the guys and anybody else that's in there. And I don't really know what I'm watching. I'm not adept at gridiron football the way I am world football, but I enjoy watching it. I just don't generally know what's happening. They're like, "Oh, somebody ran this route," and I'm just like, I couldn't tell you what they did.
Did they use GPS to get to that route? That is awesome. And if you want to join the Discord, make sure to click the link. But if you also want to keep the Discord going and all these cool graphics and all this stuff, please make sure Patreon, Ko-fi. There's also, if you want to send in a donation, it's scrolling across the screen. I see it every once in a while. Cash App, Venmo.
Yeah,
I don't know
if there's links to everything in the description of the episode, or it's like if you're watching on Twitch, it is streaming across the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, and once again, we appreciate all your support. Everything goes back into the channel. It goes back into getting graphics, getting videos edited, which costs a lot of money, let me tell you. It goes into Adelia. I don't know if you guys know this. Adelia does everything for this channel, and it goes back into helping her because of programs she might need to buy or things she needs to do. So if you would like to help us, that would greatly be appreciated. All right, moving on, Adelia. We're going to go into, what was the next thing?
UFC preview.
Yes, UFC. And we're going to talk about the UFC, Jose's favorite subject. Now I know you're not a big UFC fan. I don't think
I have watched a few UFC fights before. My sister and brother-in-law have come to visit. This is back when Ronda Rousey was like unbeaten.
Okay.
They took me to the local bar. We watched the fight against Holly Holm where Ronda lost. And
one of the biggest upsets ever.
It's one of the biggest upsets ever. Then the next time they came to town, it was McGregor versus Nate Diaz, I want to say, and that's when Diaz beat him. So that was a big
so what you're telling me What you're telling me is when I need to pick an upset, I need you to watch the fight with me.
No.
So that way.
But I'll tell you someone who does watch these fights and is here to talk about it with us. It's Caleb. Hi, Caleb.
Hey, what's going on?
Shout out to the biggest Dallas shill there is. What's going on, buddy? How you doing today?
I'm not a show. Very level-headed defend. What you talking about?
Level-headed. I don't know. Have you watched your show with Ferris?
I've watched it. No, I've never watched our show actually.
you never watch back you talking?
No, because then I have to hear Ferris, and then it just annoys me. So
Hey, and you only want to hear him once, right?
yeah.
If you're interested in just Caleb's opinions on the Cowboys, though, we are now clipping out segments from the show, so you can watch just the clip out of Caleb's thoughts on the Cowboys from last Friday's episode on the channel now.
There you go. How's my boy Pickens doing? I'm sad.
Oh, he's looking great. I'm excited.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Jeremy Miller saying Caleb is more level-headed than our owner.
Trade us Michael Parsons, and then I'll be happy. Caleb, UFC 319 in Chicago at the United Center. We have a championship fight. We have some good fights. Actually, I was just looking up the fight card. There's actually a fight of a guy that went to school in my area, wrestled. He's very well known. You don't watch your show. Aaron Pico, he fought for Bellator. He's actually the co-main event. He was a big prospect coming up, but he got knocked out. He got knocked out bad in Bellator. I don't know what his. I hadn't even clicked at it because because they don't even.
He's 13-4.
13-4, but they show him in UFC as 0-0. I think this is his first UFC fight. But he's a big prospect. But let's talk about the main event between Duplessis and I always pronounce his name wrong. Chimaev. What's his first name?
Cosma
Chimaev. So what's kind of funny, Caleb, is the Dagestanis have been losing lately.
Yeah.
And so they're calling this the fall of the Dagestanis. I don't know if I'm saying that right, or the Dagestans or the Dagestanis. But Chimaev is a very good fighter. He's number 3 ranked.
He's not one of them losing.
He's not losing? All right, we'll talk about it. But he's fighting Duplessis, who is the underdog in this fight. He's a plus 150.
For a reason.
He's a plus 150.
Yeah.
And he's going into this. He beat Adesanya. He beat Strickland. I want to see who else did he beat? That was a big wins. It was Strickland. He beat Whitaker. He beat Brunson. He's beat Till. So he's got some good wins under his belt. This is not one of those situations where you say, who is he beating? Now you can say Izzy's kind of fallen off, which is very sad to see because my boy Izzy was the style bender. I loved him. But Duplessis has taken the belt and has really, put forth an effort to be like, I'm the champ of this division. But you're already saying Chimaev is going to win this. You think he's going to win it easily? He does have knockout power. He does like to stand up. He's not the typical Dagestan, take you down, kind of ground and pound you kind of situation. Give me your thoughts on this fight. And there you go. Ferris knows what I'm talking. Yeah, Aaron Pico got KO'd bad. It was a bad KO. Yeah, it was nasty. But give us your thoughts on this main event.
No, I mean Duplessis surprised me because he won me money the first time I bet on him. I didn't mean to pick him. I actually accidentally picked him. I picked Strickland in that fight, but that's where he surprised me. And I thought Strickland won that fight, the first one, not the second one. Yeah. Obviously, Duplessis won the second one. The first one, that's where I was like, do I really believe in this guy? Then, like you said, you just rattle off all those names that he beat afterwards. And so, I mean, he's been surprising to me, but I don't know. I'm just not into him. I just don't see it with him. Even though, like you said, he has the records, but Chimaev's undefeated. So, I mean, he looks great in all those fights. So I just keep. I don't think he's gonna steamroll him or anything because I mean, Duplessis he's gonna he's got a different type of style. So I might throw Chimaev off. So, but I see. I mean, he's just too strong. I mean, those Dagestanis, like they've been losing, but he's not one of them. He's not one of them who's gonna lose. So I like him. He's what minus 245.
Yeah,
That's a big favorite. That's a big favorite.
For a champion, Yeah. I agree with you. I think Duplessis, one of his strengths is wrestling, and you ain't gonna wrestle a Dagestanian.
Yeah.
You better beat them in the Olympics or in a private room somewhere if you're gonna out wrestle them. It's really hard. Only way I can see him winning this fight is he just gets lucky and catches him with a good crack, and you test Chimaev's chin, and you hit him like he's never been hit before. That's the only way I see it happening. Getting a win like that. I think Chimaev on his feet has power. I think obviously he takes you down, grounds and pounds you. You're screwed, choke you out. You know, he's all three levels. I think he's a really good fighter. And this is his opportunity. You know, they've been kind of saying GOC's kind of not been pushing him. He's been, with his record and dominating fights.
Well, because
this is his time.
Dagestanis are boring. I mean,
they are, but he's not one of the boring ones.
Not like a boring fighter, just his personality. They're all like even keel. They don't.
Yeah, they're not
I'm saying not the boring fighter. I think just they're not exciting.
They're not entertaining. They're not entertaining. Yeah, the personality is not entertaining. Yeah, but I like Chimaev, and I think he has some personality, and I think if he does get the belt, he's going to hold on to it for a while, and I think that he'll grow as a champion. So I think he should be the favorite. Again, I just think Duplessis, if he gets lucky and catches him, that's the only way he's going to win this fight. I don't see it being how he dominated Izzy Adesanya, how he dominated
that region. Yeah, they all kind of train together.
Oh, yeah.
He's right. But they're all
my bad, Ferris. I'm sorry, Ferris.
They all train together. They all come from like the same kind of place and kind of the same style. So
yeah, like you and me, Mexican, Puerto Rican,
well,
kind of the same thing.
Not really.
Kind of the same thing. But some other good fights on this card. Michael Page is back.
Yeah.
We get to see him against Gerald Cannonier. Yeah. This is an interesting fight, Caleb. King Green versus Diego Figueroa. How do you that's on the undercard. And then we got a women's strawweight, Jessica Andrade versus Lupi. Yeah, good. Brazil versus Mexico. That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Adelia, who's got the top advantage between Chimaev and Duplessis? You would probably know that. she's like the top advantage. What are we talking about here?
No.
But Caleb.
Yeah.
Did you do some picks, some parlays?
Let's I like the Jessica Andrade, Luis fight. I mean, I follow the women a lot more, probably because of the same reason, because there's so many. But like, why you don't follow college sports as much? Because there's so many. There's so many male fighters. It's easier to follow the women fighters because there's a lot less of them. So I follow them a lot. So yeah, obviously I've seen a ton of Jessica Andrade fights. She's been losing a lot lately. I think she's lost like 3 of the last 5 fights that she's fought. But at that plus 120, I mean, I can't pass it up. I mean, she has more experience than this other girl. So I'm going to go off of that, and she's the underdog. So I'm gonna take the experience, and I'm gonna take the plus 120 on that one. On the Edson Barboza fight, like he's a dangerous fighter. I like him at minus 550. And then Jeff Neal, I like at plus 205. Getting some points there. So those are my picks. Those were I was gonna pick, and of course, I took Chimaev minus 245.
Edwin Barboza still around.
Yeah, he's still around, man.
Adelia, if you ever want to see someone get kicked in the face and you thought he was dead, Edwin Barboza does a wheel kick, and he nails this guy, and the guy goes so stiff, his arms are just stuck like this. It's crazy. Shout out to Edwin Barboza, but it was like what, 10 years ago. He's been around for a minute. For me, I think I agree with you. I go with Jessica Andrade. I like Diego Figueroa versus King Green. Green had a tough out against Patty Piblin. So I think Figueroa. And then I'm gonna be honest with you. This is my dark horse right here, and I don't mean that because but I would take Michael Page. I think Michael Page in his last fight showed he was the underdog and won that fight, won it kind of convincingly against a undefeated. I believe that the person he was fighting was undefeated. And I think that momentum is going to carry. I think he's finally found his footing because, being in Bellator, he kind of, came into the UFC, people were like, oh, he's not going to be able to do it. He lost his first fight, but now he's kind of riding a little bit of a wave, and I think he might be able to pull off an upset. And a 15 beating a number 9 is not that huge of a gap. So I think Michael Page would be one of my dark horse pick. Terry Timmons, still stiff as board. Yeah, that is a crazy one. Going to D Weezy's comment, it will start in 2026, and we'll get into that. UFC is moving to Paramount. I know Jose is in the chat because we always argued about this, but it's kind of weird, Caleb.
Yeah.
So they're under the TKO umbrella. Yeah. TKO is moving WWE to ESPN, but now UFC is moving out and going to Paramount.
That's why they just spent all that money. So
yeah,
of course they don't want to spend another to make another deal with UFC because they put it all into WWE.
Well, here's a thing, and Adelia, you can talk about this because you understand. You understand this kind of thing. UFC has announced that pay-per-views will not have to be bought anymore. If you are a Paramount Plus subscriber, you will get the pay-per-views for free, which we all thought. I don't know if you thought this fair, Caleb.
Yeah, I did. I argued with Ferris on this one. I said I asked him like, you think it's going to be dying, and he fought me on it. He said no, it will never die, and there's always going to be pay-per-views, and like no,
I don't think. I thought that when ESPN took it over, I thought this is what they were going to do. You were going to get the pay-per-views for free, and hell no, you didn't, because it was $89 every pay-per-view. Obviously, it's going to probably the monthly subscription is going to be at least, I would say,
probably
45.
will go up.
Yeah,
what it is now, because even I think because the ESPN, the new whatever package they're going to send out is obviously more than what ESPN Plus is now. What they're going to show for the WWE PLEs. So I'm assuming
the PLEs are not going to be on
PLEs. Yeah. That's the thing. It's weird because WWE
PLEs are going to be on.
It's going to be on regular ESPN. But people who don't have like the regular cable or DirecTV or
no, the PLEs are going to be on Netflix.
No,
they can be on. They actually are on Netflix outside the country.
Yeah, outside the country, they're on Netflix.
Okay. Where are PLEs going to be at, Adelia?
On ESPN.
They're going to be on ESPN, but they're not going to be PLEs. They're going to be pay-per-views. You're going to have to buy them on ESPN. What they've basically done is what UFC's model with ESPN is what WWE's model with ESPN is going to be, and then what WWE's model with Peacock is what UFC's model with Paramount Plus is going to be. I don't know why they're switching that.
That's what I'm confused about, because it's all under the same umbrella. They're all under TKO.
Yeah, they're all under TKO. Yeah. I mean, the only way that you can now, once this deal starts with WWE and ESPN, watch a WWE pay-per-view without paying more for it is if you have Netflix and a VPN. Because if you have a VPN, you just set it to another country and you can watch them all on Netflix.
And but we do not promote things like that. That was just a suggestion.
Yeah. We don't have a VPN sponsor. Yeah. But D-Weezy Paramount has a ton of soccer. They have I believe some of the golf that CBS has rights to. So I think that they're probably going to try to get more sports. I really am surprised that they're like switching business models, essentially. Like they're just like swapping with each other's business models. It's just going to be with different partners than the ones they have now. I don't get it.
Yeah. And this is a 7-year deal with an annual value of $1.1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I never paid for the pay-per-views anyways.
Again, we don't promote that, but yeah.
Yeah. But at least I could watch it on my TV now.
Instead of your computer?
my laptop or cell phone.
Yeah.
Right.
So Part of the Paramount Plus deal is that UFC's full slate of its 13 marquee numbered events and 30 fight nights are going to be on Paramount Plus, with a select number of events also set to simulcast on CBS. So there's going to be times where you'll be able to just watch this on just regular CBS.
I'm assuming those will be fight nights.
I'd assume they're fight nights too.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be.
You don't think the numbered UFC, they're going to be the big CBS ones?
No. I don't know that they'd put like the numbered pay-per-views or whatever we're going to call them now on CBS, just simply because they start them so late at night.
Yeah, but the thing is though is there's no, like, boxing used to be on regular TV. It's just regular TV is not a thing anymore. Like, everything is streaming. I don't think I haven't heard anybody talk about I need an antenna or cable box anymore. Like, everything is just streaming now. Like, so regular channels like that, it could be a thing if everything was, you know, off of streaming. But I think we're just going to see fight nights. We might see some of their, you know, the UFC shows on there, but I don't think we'll see any numbered UFC for free on the regular channels. I just don't see it. Like the Cowboys and Panthers unofficially swapping running backs.
Yeah. Jay also saying, don't tell on yourself like Michael Porter Jr. is doing. I saw those comments, Jay, and I was like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, Jeremy, I expect prices hike with AEW does live pay-per-views on HBO Max whenever that happens.
Yeah, they've already said that you're going to have to pay for the pay-per-views on Max when they're on there. And then Jeremy also saying ESPN occasionally shows boxing, but the big events are going to Netflix. So yeah, it's interesting. All these deals are very interesting.
Yeah, again, like you said, they're just basically swapping business partners.
Mm-hmm. They're swapping business partners and they're swapping business models.
Yeah, and so I mean, if you've listened to Lunch Break Hot Take, they have talked about it. You know, they didn't know where. I thought UFC was going to Netflix.
Yeah, that's what
didn't happen. Yeah, I thought that was for sure going to be a thing, and it didn't happen. But they got the money from Paramount, and Paramount's going to pay it. So obviously, somebody wanted it. It's a wanted commodity. We'll see how it fares. Now it's funny. Somebody was saying this the other day. You know, to now, if you want to watch, like, and this is just using WWE as an example, if you want to watch Raw, you have to have Netflix. If you want to watch the PLEs now, you got to have ESPN, and then if you want to watch, what is it? Some of the other shows, you have to have something else.
SmackDown's on USA.
Yeah. And then what's
the PLEs are on Peacock.
Yeah.
Raw is on
Netflix.
NXT's on the CW.
Yeah. It just also comes on.
It's just all over the place. Yeah.
Again, if you have a VPN, it's all on Netflix.
Yeah. Like Buck says, so many streaming services. Like, it's wild. It's wild how many streaming services that you have to have now.
Absolutely,
all
Jay. Absolutely.
All of them.
Who's Spider-Man?
Yeah.
No,
Michael Porter Jr. today was just out there like telling everybody why people would bet on their own games and take money to throw games and things like that. It's very like crazy.
Hey, telling on yourself.
Yep.
While we wait for Mr. Ferris to join us, we'll talk some WNBA.
It's the Cable Wars 2.0. It is.
It really is. Okay. Cable was so fun. Like thinking about it, not like ordering pay-per-views, but like you could order concerts back in the day. Like I don't even see the point of that. Like now that I'm older, I'm like, what was the point of ordering a concert at your house? Pay $50 to sit there and watch music.
But it's probably cheaper than it would be for a ticket to any of these concerts nowadays. To pay the $50 to watch it in your house. So
I can tell you right now, concert tickets are $650 for 2 tickets.
Yeah,
I can tell you right now. I have to say that kind of low. But yeah, Caleb, while we wait for Ferris, Cowboys, how they looking in their second preseason game? How you feeling? Well, we have you on the show. Just we got to fill some time. Well, because Ferris is late. Ferris is taking his sweet time.
It wasn't a good
Okay.
game,
Okay.
especially the first half. That was pretty bad. Obviously, we didn't start any of our players. We had all the backups in, but they weren't playing very well, especially Joe Milton that first half. We started with 8 straight passes, and he was all over the place with his arm. You can see the power, but he has no touch on that ball. So we couldn't even get a good look at the receivers because he was so off. So I can't even tell how good the receivers were. And then the same problems we've been having. Can't stop the run. The Rams ran all over us with whatever running back that they had. And we can, you know, and we couldn't stop their pass either. DBs, obviously, we had tons of injuries on the DB side of our corners. We have no nickel cornerback. They were killing us on the pass. Denson Benton had all day to throw. We had no pass rush. And he hit all his receivers because nobody was on them, and he had all day to throw. So yeah, the defense wasn't looking good. Obviously, new system, all new coaching staff. So they're trying to learn the new system. Like I said, none of the starters were playing, but still, even with that, we still are supposed to have some depth in the pass rushing department, and I didn't see it at all because they weren't getting to Bennett. They weren't getting through their blocks, and then the defensive tackles are just, they're just bad because there's no penetration on that line. So yeah, it wasn't great. Got better in the second half. Milton started to hit his throws. He's starting to get in rhythm. We started running the ball. Malik Davis coming off the couch looked good, and then Will Greer came in. And, he only had like one drive, but he looked pretty decent. So it's going to be a battle. I think Will Greer made it more of a battle for the number 2 quarterback. So we'll see.
Now, before we bring on our, favorite person, actually, I want to bring him on because I want to ask him this question while we have Caleb on right now. Caleb, how hard did you laugh when CeeDee Lamb got absolutely plowed by that ref?
Well, I didn't laugh. Like I didn't want him to be hurt. No.
I laughed my ass off. You know what's funny, Suge? You know what's funny about that too? He didn't just get laid out by the ref, right? It was also a flag on CeeDee Lamb.
Got a flag too.
I know they did get penalized.
Like you not only do you get trucked by the ref, but then you get the flag too.
Because it was his fault. You can't stand there.
You can't.
He was just cheering on his team.
You gotta give the ref an avenue to run.
The ref should have saw. He should have looked in front of him.
Well, you know what? The ref's running, and he's running, and he's keeping his eye on the ball. And he
watch where he's going.
Well, you know what? CeeDee Lamb should get out of people's way.
No, he has a
right. Ferris, would that have been the most cowboy thing for CeeDee Lamb to get hurt by the ref?
Yes. Yes, man.
That would have been the most cowboy.
You don't expect it, right? It's like the playoff game against the Packers. Everyone's like, "Oh, I think the Cowboys have a shot." They're at home. They're against the Packers. They're against Jordan Love because Jordan Love is Jordan Love. The man lost to Tommy DeVito on Monday Night Football. He ain't even that good. And then the Packers ended the game by halftime. Like, you didn't expect that. It's just like the Cowboys. You just didn't expect it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. We have a question from Jay saying, "Will Jerry pay Deron Bland before Micah just to piss him off?"
No.
Well, it's probably going to be a toss-up between whether we're going to pay Bland or Pickens.
You're not paying Pickens. Pickens is leaving. He's going. I'm telling you right now, Pickens is going to the Chiefs.
You have no idea.
He's going to the Chiefs.
Also, and then Deron Bland has the same issue as Trayvon Diggs.
Well, what issue is that?
Yeah, they both tore their Achilles.
No, he didn't.
He did. Deron Bland tore his Achilles.
Like 2 years ago.
It was last year.
No, it wasn't last year.
Oh, he was just bad because he was bad?
No, he was coming off the injury.
So he wasn't just bad. Okay, got it.
He wasn't even bad.
He
actually came back through half the year and he was good.
Look, if you want to see this great banter, make sure to join these two guys. Good Friends, Better Rivals channel. Talking
Friday
Giants. There you go. Fine. Way to plug it, Chris.
After every Giants and Cowboys game, after both games are concluded, because they tend to play on America's Game of the Week, so that's at 1:00, and we get the 10 a.m. slot. Justifiably so.
Are you guys playing on Thanksgiving this year again?
Not us.
No,
we
not
played
you.
the Chiefs.
You play the Chiefs. Yeah, no, they, if they did, we'll break the record again. But they don't want to do that anymore. It is what it is.
All right.
Shug, do you know, Shug, 2 of the most watched NFL games, non-Super Bowls, the 1 and 2, involve involve one of our teams. Which team do you think it is?
I'm gonna go with the Dallas Cowboys.
Incorrect. It's the New York Giants. Number 1 is our Thanksgiving matchup 2 years ago. And number 2 is us versus the Niners in 91. I think. Was it 91?
You weren't even alive in 91.
I wasn't even alive yet. Yeah.
You weren't even a thought.
But Mr. We break all the records, need the New York Giants to help them break the records because if it was the Cowboys breaking all the records, they would have broken the record with the Raiders, but they didn't. They needed us. That's all I have to say.
Well, if you want to see more of this banter, make sure to check out the show.
So just for the record, he's like, we break all the TV records. You didn't do it the year prior with the Raiders. You needed us. You're welcome, Dallas.
Okay.
By the way, it's Hamza Chimaev. Hamza.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hamza.
All right, Hamza. Yeah. And it's Jessica Andrade.
I always call her
I
Andrade.
said it correctly.
No,
I
it's
said
Andrade. It's Portuguese.
Andrade.
It's Portuguese. So you gotta. It's like when you see the Royce. It's not Royce. It's Hoyce.
Voice, yeah.
Hoyce Gracie.
Well,
Henzo.
Well,
Gracie.
I'm horrible with names, but Ferris, let's move on to some WNBA talk. And Caleb, you're more than welcome to stay if you like.
I have no idea about any of that.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, then, Caleb.
Thank you, Caleb. Appreciate you stopping in.
All right.
And Caleb will be a consistent contributor when it comes to UFC, and we'll have him on more often.
I gotta get back into UFC, man.
WNBA talk, Ferris. We're about 8 games away from the playoffs.
Dallas won today.
Dallas did win by 1 point.
Finally.
Right now, we have the top 8 seeds.
Minnesota clinched today.
Minnesota clinched to 27-5, but Nafisa Collar is hurt. But she should be back hopefully soon.
Mm-hmm.
But we got, Liberty number 2, Dream number 3, Mercury number 4, Fever at number 5. Aces, Fever and Aces might be flipping because Fever did lose today. But Aces,
Fever, Fever at 6 now. Aces are at 5.
The Valkyrie are in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, they're 7th. Yeah, they're 7th. So they're fighting. They're fighting with the Storm, the Sparks, and the Mystics. They're all fighting each other right there.
Well, let me ask you a question. The Storm have lost 5 in a row, Ferris. What's going on with the Storm?
I think it stems from last year. People have been saying that locker room is toxic because they've been investigated by the league for a toxic work environment. I think they were cleared or something happened. One of their vets told them, "Get me out of here. I don't want to be here anymore." They traded her, Alicia Clark. They traded her to Washington, and then Washington's star guard Brittany Sykes. She said, "I want to get out of here." So Washington needed to trade Brittany. Alicia told Seattle to get rid of her, and they kind of just like, "All right, you here, Seattle, you want Brittany?" And Seattle's like, "Sure, here's Alicia." And then boom, it fixed both of their problems. But it's very clear that the Washington Mystics are leaning towards their youth more often because it makes sense because 2 of their starters are the 2 rookies they drafted this year. The Storm, I just think, it's crazy. A team that has Nneka Agbumike is not fighting for a top seed. Like Nneka Agbumike, when she entered the league, she was the key to Los Angeles is I guess kind of resurgence because in that period in the WNBA when Nneka Agbumike joined, it was one team. It was the Minnesota Lynx, by the way, who ran the league. They won 4 titles in I think 6 years. And the other years they didn't win the title, it was the Sparks that dethroned them in one of those titles. So Nneka Agbumike, very underrated her entire career. She's one of the greatest post players in the WNBA, and something's wrong. And people, you know, I've pointed out, they think what's wrong with that locker room. It's Skylar Diggins. They think that's what's wrong with the locker room, because the report was there were multiple times where teammates got into it verbally, and the coaches stood there and did nothing, didn't calm heads down, didn't reign in control, you know, didn't reign in control of the locker room. So that could be it. I don't know if it's just her cussing out people for being bad at their jobs. She's holding them accountable. You know, we're like, in a sense, they're kind of a super team. In a sense, but not a full super team. But they have 3 solid players. They have Gabby Williams, her, and Nneka Abumake. Like, that's a good 3 players. But you know how the WNBA Suge, there's so much talent concentrated. 3 people isn't enough. It isn't.
No, you got to have three really good players and solid role players and some bench players.
Look at the Liberty, right? So they added Tosh Cloud. So it's Tosh Cloud, Sabrina Ionescu, Jonquel Jones, Brianna Stewart. Then they brought back Leonie Febish from Euro Basketball, because Leonie Febish was a starter. They lost Bajante Laney Hamilton. She tore her Achilles, so she is not playing. But then they helped replace her with Kennedy Burke. But that team is, and then they got Emma Messiman, another Belgian who was solid in the WNBA. She went to play in Europe because of WNBA. You know, they be on their bullshit. So she went to play in Europe because they were giving her more money. And then the Liberty signed her, and she is only starting because Brianna is injured. So imagine Brianna Stewart's coming back. And they have Brianna, Emma, and Jonquel Jones, a front line that is scary beyond belief. And the Storm just don't have enough. They just don't have enough. And that's crazy because of the people I said. That team doesn't have enough, but they have Skylar Diggins-Smith, Nneka Abumake, and Gabby Williams. And Ezzy Magbagor. But they don't have enough.
And they had is Ezzy the young one? The 19-year-old?
That's Dominique Malanga.
She looks good.
Yeah,
she looks good.
Yeah, she's the French center, the 18-year-old.
19.
Yeah, she's 19 now. I love the draft and how no one knew who she was. And then out of nowhere, they're like, "Oh, she should be the number 1 pick." It's like, y'all found out about her the week before the draft. Don't tell me you dissected her tape before the draft in that time. You don't know. You know, but she will be a problem for the United States in international competition, though, because France, they took the U.S. women to the wire, and they didn't have Dominique. So in 2028,
they're gonna have Dominique.
They're gonna have Dominique.
Yeah, but USA is gonna have Angel Reese. We're gonna have Caitlin Clark. We're gonna have Cameron Brink.
Yeah, then Asia Wilson's still not old, so we'll have her.
You're still gonna have Stewart.
No,
you don't think so?
I think Stewie's like 33.
We'll see.
Yeah, she may be still on the team at 37, 38. I think. Wait, is she 33? Come on, I should know Brianna.
She's 30.
She's 30, so she'll be 34.
Yeah, she'll be on the team.
Yeah, she'll be on the team. Yeah, so we'll have enough. Yeah.
So
also to the Storm also have Lexi Brown, and there isn't a lot of good stories about Lexi Brown. She's kind of an asshole. All right, but you know it is what it is. But we'll that locker room is just not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the more disappointing teams. My favorite team, the Fever, had the most craziest thing happen to them. They had 2 players get hurt in one game. McDonald broke her. Well, I mean, be put out for the season. I mean, it's not crazy, but it was just
Ari McDonald. Yeah, Ari McDonald.
Ari McDonald broke her toe, and then Sydney Colson, I think, tore her ACL.
She tore her ACL. Yeah.
Yeah. So they brought in what was her name again? My apologies. I should have had this up. They brought her. They added her 2 days ago. I forgot her name already. Odyssey Sims. That's a great name.
That's a great name.
She did play okay today. She played okay today.
Former point guard Baylor. Yeah.
But they're trying to get the holdover until Caitlin can come back. Ferris, we talked about this. We don't know if Caitlin's coming back.
There's a rumor out there that her and Angel Reese are not coming back. That they're both injured and they're both done. Angel's wrist. I think it was Angel's wrist. I think was it a wrist
Back
again?
and wrist. I think back and
It was
wrist.
back and wrist, and then it's Caitlin's groin. Someone said I think they're done. They're not coming back.
Jeremy saying if Caitlyn does come back, they see them as a potential threat in the playoffs, but it's the Lynx title to lose.
Yes, it is the Lynx title to lose. But yeah, I think the rumor mill is they're done. They're done for the season. Like
We love we love the rumor mill.
we love the rumor mill.
So Ferris,
Honestly, because honestly, if I was Chicago, I wouldn't bring Angel Reese because like this
there's
season,
no point. Yeah, no point.
This season's over.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Paige Beckers
I maybe comes back, but the Angel no.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Paige Beckers played tonight. Like they're 9-24 now. Like you have nothing to play for. You might as well just get the number 1 pick. And
They're definitely
Paige
going to
rest
pick
because her back's messed up. She has back problems.
She took a hard fall today.
Yeah, so
She
I would
took a hard fall today.
I would just obviously like we just said right now, Caitlyn might not come back. Give me your realistic top 4 your top 4 contenders for the championship.
No, it's really just the top 2. It's the Liberty and the Lynx. That's it. Really.
You don't think the Aces, the Dream with their young team?
Aces are just unpredictable.
Mercury with possibly MVP.
The
Alyssa
Mercury.
Thomas.
I don't trust their guards. The Mercury, they're a little hit and miss. They're a little hit and miss. Juju's not coming out of this. Not coming out. Jay, she's gonna this year. Juju's done. She's not playing all year. She tore her ACL too late in the season. She's not playing all year. So she's gonna basically redshirt this entire year. I don't think they're gonna bring her back. I don't know who's gonna be there on pick next year. We don't know actually. This next year's draft is kind of up in the air. If AC Fudd doesn't get hurt at all,
the girl from South Carolina or Floje from LSU.
Who's the girl from South Carolina?
The one that Caitlyn waved off, Raven.
Raven Johnson. No, I don't think Raven's going to 1.
You don't think so? Okay.
Because even let's say she's the best player in the draft, why does Dallas need another point guard? Why do you need another point guard?
Because Paige, you can play her at the 2 guard. You don't play her at the point guard.
I don't think she's. I don't like that she plays off ball. I want the ball in her hand. I generally think that coach has no idea what the hell he's doing. And I think that GM has no idea what the hell he's doing either. You know why? Because he's literally traded everyone that he traded for this offseason. Like generally,
she goes straight to the draft. Juju's not going to go straight to the draft.
Nah,
she's going to stay. She's going to try to play one more year. Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to stay. It's the Liberty and the Lynx. The Mercury maybe, but I don't trust their guards. I don't. Their guards.
Give me a dark horse first.
Atlanta. Because in the playoffs, it's a series. Shoot, Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray get hot. They could steal a game. And
it's switching this year. Remember, Ferris, I had a problem with this last year.
Yes.
That first round is going to go 1 home, 1 away, and then back home. It's not going to be
a 1-1-1. A 1-1-1.
A 1-1-1. Yeah, a 1-1-1.
Yeah, it's not that weird. It's two with a potentially of 1 if the away team wins one of the games.
Yeah.
And then they get the home field advantage.
Yeah.
Last year, because it made no sense. Like, what? We're the higher seed. We should get home field advantage. So it should be 1-1-1. That's what it should have been.
Could be 1. Yeah.
Because Atlanta got Brianna Jones and Brittany Griner,
who's played in the playoffs, so she knows.
Played in the playoffs. Yeah. I think the biggest issue is Jordan Canada got injured against Phoenix, so they lose another guard.
Phoenix just hurts people. That's what they really.
They're a little. Some may say dirty.
Bronny's favorite player, Alyssa Thomas. She thinks she's dirty.
Hey man, I love her, but she's an ass.
But you gotta respect her. She's playing with 2 torn shoulders.
She still hasn't gotten surgery on her 2 labrums.
Her shot is so ugly, but she makes it every time.
She can't shoot because she has no labrums. Like she couldn't get surgery.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what? Like, how?
Yes, Arizona sports are.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about the Arizona sports? The Mercury actually the most decorated team in Arizona. They are. Diamondbacks have won World Series. The Cardinals went to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and who beat them, Ferris?
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's right.
And the Phoenix Mercury, the Suns made it to a final, but the Phoenix Mercury have, I think, 3 championships. So the Phoenix Mercury are actually the most decorated team in Arizona.
All right, Ferris. Let's go with some season awards. Give me your most valuable player.
It was gonna be Nafisa Collier. Not true. Our arena football team is. Oh wow, arena football. Okay, all right.
Hey, don't you disrespect Kurt Warner like that?
I'm not disrespecting Kurt Warner like that, but okay. Arena football, fine. It was gonna be Nafisa Collier. I think I'm still gonna go Nafisa Collier, even though she's been injured for a bit, because she started off the gate hot, and she was hot since she got injured. I think she got injured like a week ago.
About a week and a half ago.
Yeah, she was the MVP or front runner before that week, and I don't think these last 2 weeks is gonna change it. I think it's gonna be her
because nobody's come out.
Yeah, nobody's come out, and you if they give it to Asia because what she's done with Vegas, I get it because she's basically put that team on her back. She's carried them,
which is crazy. They have Jewel Lloyd. They have all this.
So the Jewel Lloyd trade completely didn't work out. Just at all. Chelsea Gray still looks like she can't walk or run or whatever. And I guess, Kelsey Plum I heard she wanted to leave, but Kelsey Plum was actually more important than we thought. She was more important. Even though she wanted to leave, doesn't mean she wasn't important to them. She wanted to leave, but she was still more important to them. And also her lead assistants both left this year. Tyler Marsh in Chicago, Natalie Nakase in the Golden State expansion team. So her 2 top assistants left. It's going to be like what happened with the Lions, right? Adelia, you talked about how you like the Lions. I think the Lions are going to regress this year because they lost both of their coordinators.
That's true.
Plus those coordinators took multiple coaches with them. So they didn't just lose the coordinators. They lost their receivers coach. They lost 2 of their defense assistants who going to the Jets with Aaron Glenn. The other person they kept was Kelvin Shepard, who was the linebackers coach. That's because they gave him the promotion to defensive coordinator. That's what happened with Vegas. They lost their top 2 assistants, and the team has looked in shambles. If you give it to Asia Wilson,
you're not going to be mad about it.
I'm not going to be mad because what she's done for them is MVP worthy. But Nafisa
Collier, yeah, I'm with you with Nafisa. Yeah. I'm with you with Nafisa, but I understand if you give it to Asia. I think the dark horse is Alyssa Thomas. If the Mercury can make a move,
oh yeah, Alyssa Thomas. That's
my dark horse. That's my dark horse because she's kind of carried that team as well.
She has been, yes. And you know what? We talk about the triple doubles, right? And like people were like crazy about how Caitlin Clark has 3 triple doubles. She's tied for 3rd all time, right? People are like, oh, she's tied for 3rd all time. You know who's first? Alyssa Thomas with 19. She is a stat stuffer. She gets it in. If she wins her first MVP, it wouldn't shock me because they could use the last 2 weeks of Nafisa or last week and a half for Nafisa not playing as a way to give it to Alyssa Thomas. But I think the way the media operates,
and she just had a triple double too.
Yeah, she just keeps adding to her record. She holds the record every year. She keeps adding to it every year.
And she's leading the league in assists.
Assist, yeah, she's a power forward.
Point forward, yeah.
Point forward. In women's basketball, there is no positions, really. There is not really a position. They can run out 4 guards and be like, we're all guards, but it's like Atlanta runs 3 guards. Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, and Jordan Canada.
Fever don't have guards right now.
Fever ain't got no guards. You know what I mean?
All right, give me your rookie of the year. I know this one's going to be what is it? What's that word called? I'm thinking of.
Decisive?
It's going to be it's not decisive.
No.
It's going to be controversial.
Divisive. That's what I meant to say.
Divisive. Yes. There we go.
It's gonna be Paige. But
could it be Paige though?
No, there's a case for her to be Rookie of the Year, but I don't think it's as clear cut as some people may think. And you're talking to me, dog. You cut me open. UConn blue pours out of me. Women's basketball specifically. Like, it just pours out of me. I am a homer. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little biased. But let's not act like what Sonia Citron in Washington is doing isn't incredible. Sonia does have multiple games where she hasn't scored double-digit points, where she's had 8 or 9 or 7 points here and there. Paige has had none of those games. Consistency throughout the season, Paige Beckers individually has been that girl. Sonia has had stretches this season where she's hot for 4 or 5 games where she's on fire. And then she's quiet. Now the debate's raged back up because these last 4 games, she's on fire towards the end of the season.
And she should Paige Beckers.
And she beat Paige last night.
Paige is hasn't won a game against her.
Yeah, it makes sense. Because in college too, like Notre Dame is beaten. I think Notre Dame beat Paige multiple times. I think she hasn't beaten Sonia because they don't play in the same conference anymore. So they don't play each other a lot anymore. They used to play in the Big East because that used to be a good rivalry. But now UConn went back to the Big East and Notre Dame's in the ACC, so they don't play each other a lot. They play each other like once a year now because they make sure of it, right? Because they want to keep that rivalry going. But yeah, man, I can't marry Paige. She plays for the other team. Shout out to them. So shout out to my. I'm an ally.
I love the
I'm
way
an ally. I'm an ally. I'm
Love
an ally. But to Kelsey, hey, hit me line. You know what I mean? But the point is, respectfully, if Sonia gets some votes for Rookie of the Year, I wouldn't like. It's not like I don't think it's people. People want it to be decisive because they love Paige. They've loved Paige forever.
But that's the problem. It shouldn't be decisive.
It shouldn't be divisive because I understand where Sonia has had those moments where I think it was 9 games where she didn't score in double-digit points. She was a non-factor. She didn't matter. 9 games. And Paige hasn't had one of those. She's been in every game. She's been a factor in every game. She's been trying to fight. She's fighting her own organization for wins. You know what I mean? Imagine going from UConn, where losing 2 games is crazy, to I've only won 9 games this year.
And it's been a struggle.
Yeah. There's been moments where she's taken over games. She's won games. She took over and beat the New York Liberty multiple times. She dropped 35 in another game. She beat Indiana today because, funny enough, when you give her the ball and let her run the offense, oh my God, look what happens when you tailor the offense towards her, not the inefficient shooting guard that you tried to make your head of your attack isn't. You know what I mean? It's about, and her efficiency numbers are pretty good. I think the efficiency numbers are a little skewed because Sonia has these stretches of super efficiency when she's on fire. But then like when she's not, like those 9 games, those games where she was literally a non-factor period. And it's only 44 games. Mm-hmm. So like it's 44 games. And in most of the games, and also too, Paige was also injured for I think 4 or 5 games because of the concussion. She had a concussion this year. So she missed some time. Right? So you kind of, I'm going to go Paige. Right? And then people, like my favorite thing is like when people talk like, oh man, winning has to matter, man. Winning has to matter. It does, but we also got to be in context in the WNBA, the talent is so concentrated. A bad team is not going to win a lot of games. It's not, period. Last year, Washington wasn't a bad team. They lost close games, but they weren't a bad team. Dallas is a horrible team, period. Like, period. Like, bar none. Look what happened to the Sparks. They were horrible last year. One trade. And now they're fighting for a playoff spot. They were literally a non-factor all year last year. 1 year. It took 1 year to make it. I think maybe LA was right. Kurt Miller is a problem. Funny, because he wasn't a problem in Connecticut. But he is a problem in these last 2 stops. He's not been very good at establishing these 2 teams. I'm going to go Paige. But if Sonia snags it, I can see why. But I'm gonna go Paige.
I just like to point out Ferris's bias is absolutely showing for UConn because he knows it's closer than what he's saying it is.
I literally just said it's close.
I
I literally just said it's close. I literally just said.
I agree with you though. I assume it's going to be Paige, but I don't think it's going to be like last year where it's one vote off from being unanimous. I think it's going to be.
It's not going to be unanimous.
I think it's going to be like a 60-40.
Yeah.
I'm calling 60-40. All right, give me your defensive player of the year. I'm assuming Nafisa before she got hurt.
Yeah, she's gonna repeat. But I would go. But I think they're gonna go Asia.
Okay.
They're gonna reward Asia.
6 woman of the year.
It's gotta be one of the Liberty players. I just don't know which, because there's 2 players who come off the bench who are I got my bad. What about you? What do you think?
I'm gonna go 6th player of the year. Let me run through my head real quick. I'm gonna go. What's one of the stud buds comes off the bench for the Lynx, right?
Natisha Heidemann.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Natisha Heidemann.
That's a great shout. Natisha Heidemann's a great shout. I'm trying to look here. Natisha. Let's go Leonie Feebish.
Okay.
For Liberty. Leonie Feebish. Because it's kind of weird because some of these players like Temi Fagbenle for the Valkyries has a great odds to win it, but she started for like half the season, then she went to Euro basketball, came back, was on the bench for a bit, now starts again. So like she's not really a 6 woman.
Yeah, that's not really a 6 woman. Yeah.
Same thing with Tiffany Hayes. She started for most of the year, so she doesn't really count for me.
Gotcha.
And Maddie Siegrist, she
was injured most of the year.
Yeah, she was injured for most of the year, so I don't think she's gonna be here. Scratch that. I think Leonie Feebish starts. I'm gonna go Maureen Johannes from the Liberty.
Okay.
She's an actual 6 woman of the year. I think Leonie starts.
Give me your most improved player.
Most improved player. Trying to think, man.
Okay, give me mine.
Hit me.
I'm gonna go either Aaliyah Boston or Kelsey Mitchell for the fact that they carried the Fever to the Commissioner's Cup, beat the Lynx. They've been keeping this Fever above 500 without Caitlin, and right now you got Aaliyah Boston shooting 58%. I mean, that's pretty good.
Nah, man, I don't like most improved player for top 3 picks. I don't like it because I expected you to be good. That's why you went number 1. You're on your trajectory. Veronica Burton, the starting point guard for the Golden State, that's someone you could give most improved player.
Okay, I see what
I'm gonna go. I like they wanted to give most improved player to Cade Cunningham this year, and I'm like, that's stupid. That's not what this award means. So I'm gonna go with Veronica Burton.
All right,
or Alicia Gray, because Alicia Gray is also an MVP candidate, so you can give it to Alicia Gray as well.
Okay. We won't do all NBA or all defense, but give me your coach of the year.
Oh, it's Cheryl Reeve. No, you know what? Scratch that. No. I expected this from Cheryl. Natalie Nakase, the Golden State Valkyries head coach.
First year as an expansion team.
First year as expansion team. They broke the expansion team wins record, which was 9 by Atlanta when Atlanta came into the league 2 weeks into the season. So they're fighting for a playoff. So they're in a playoff spot right now. It's not in the Kase. That's your coach of the year.
There you go. All right. We'll maybe do some prep. Maybe next week we'll do some playoff predictions and things like that. Once we get closer to the playoffs, we'll have Ferris on. Ferris, you gonna stick around for SDV Talk?
What?
SDV Talk. No, it's not a sexually transmitted disease.
No, I don't know what STV.
SDV.
What's SDV?
Stardew Valley?
Sure, why not? I've never played it, but sure.
Hit the music. Great soothing music. Ferris, it calms you, relaxes you. Right, Ferris?
Sure.
All right. I don't know if many of you,
as someone who's actually farmed, literally, not virtually. Yeah, I guess this sounds good.
wouldn't this music be great while you were herding goats?
No, because the goats would be annoyed. So you can't play this music. You need to make sure they're.
To put through headphones.
No, I can't. I need to hear the goats, so I need to make sure to round them. They need to hear my voice, and I need to hear where they are. I can't. You can't wear headphones when you're herding goats. You need to. You need to keep your senses cleared.
Look at that, the goat herder Ferris. I love it. What was like the biggest predator that attacked your goats?
Humans.
Really?
Yeah, they would take my goat and kill it. It's not cool, man. They would make goat. Like they would take the goat.
Oh no, I've had goat before, but I'm saying they come try to just steal it while you were there.
No. Yeah, you have to get through me, and then you have to get through the farmhand, and then you have to get through like the little area, and then because it was a.
How many ghosts did you have?
Like 7, yeah, 7, 8. We had about like 7 goats, 3 cows, a chicken coop, 1 bull. I lived on a farm, dog. Like it wasn't like, oh, you lived on a farm, a little patch. Like, nah, this was a big ass farm. I'm not a city kid.
It sounds like it.
It's like if I moved to Nebraska, Adelia makes like, why would you do that? I would fit in. Like, let's go shuck some corn.
You know how to shuck corn?
I know how to shuck corn. Yes.
Yeah.
Every day you learn something new about Ferris. He knows how to shuck some corn. I've only learned about shucking corn in games. I don't really know how to shuck corn.
Dude, if I like drove,
not that difficult.
It's not, dude. You can literally learn in like 2 minutes. Like if I drove to Iowa, I would stop and just look at the cornfield because like
you're talking to me. You're talking to me like I'm the opposite of like Mexican. Like my grandfather.
Are you city boy up?
No. My grandfather. So my grandfather used to be work as a gardener, and he took all the grandkids.
You're probably right there.
He would take all the grandkids with him to work, and it was my turn to go, and he took me, and within an hour I was in his car like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, you are. Well, you are from Gardena, but you're not a gardener.
I'm not from Gardena. Yeah. Okay.
So what about these repacks and these repack sellers? Are the people buying stuff and reselling them at absurd prices?
So, some people know I have recently gotten big into car collecting and things like that. When you think of car collecting, you go to Walmart, you go to Target, you see the boxes right there, you buy them, you open packs, and you go, oh, cool. If I pull something cool, awesome. Repacks, what repacks are now is in those boxes, special inserts, numbered signature cards, things like that. People are able to buy those early. They buy them early, pull these stuff, and they get them graded by PSA, or they put it, and they sell. These companies repack them and sell them to people to sell or buy or whatever, how you do it. And if you've heard of Whatnot or TikTok Shop, a lot of people do a lot of live things like that where they sell repacks. You can do them what's called a division break. So you pick a division. If they open a card with your division, you get to keep the card, or things like that. There's been a big boom in repacks and higher graded cards. Like, it's almost like gambling. The higher you spend, and you may hit, and those cards are worth a lot more money. You jump into a $20 repack, maybe you hit a $60, $70 card. Yay! But you jump into a $200 repack, you can hit a couple $1,000 cards. You jump into a $1,000 repack, you can hit one of ones, autos, Jordans, all kinds of crazy stuff. So the big debate within the hobby right now is are repacks destroying the hobby, or are they helping it? And my point of view is It helps because when you buy just the basic boxes of cards that you see at the store, you're getting base, you're getting, you're not getting the good stuff. This helps you get the good stuff. The problem is how these repackers get these cards is wild. So Ferris, think of it this way. You have a card that's worth $400. Someone comes to you and says, Ferris, I'll buy that card off you, but I'm going to buy it at 70%. You sell that card for now, what is 70% of $400?
I was told there wasn't going to be math.
There's going to be math, Ferris. There's going to be math.
Well, what? We should have told me that before this.
I think it's 160. So 160. So you're buying that card for $240. I'm not saying that fast, Danny. But they're buying this card for you for $240, but then they're selling the repacks at $250 a pop.
70% of 400 is 280. Should.
Yeah, so you're buying the card at 280. What did I say?
You said 160.
Oh yeah, so I said 240.
Yeah, it's 280. So it's $400, but the guy wants to give you $280 for your card.
There you go. But then they're reselling repacks at, you sell 10 people to get in a repack break at $60-$70 a pop.
Yeah,
that's
no,
$700.
No, I know
they're tripling their money.
No, exactly. Basically. So this problem has been a part of the shoe game for years. But people be like, "Oh my God, sneakers are so expensive. Why are they $1,000?" They're not actually. They're 100. They were 100 back in the day, or 90 for certain shoes. Because I remember when, y'all keep making fun of, Ferris, you're hella young. But I remember when I was young, so it wasn't that long ago, that Air Forces were $80.
Yeah.
Max would be 90. But it was like in that range. Now they're like 150, right? So now Air Forces are kind of similar to, because Air Forces are like one of the most popular sneaker period, like ever. Just like that shoe. Then you have the brands of the Jordans. Like now they cost the same amount of certain Jordans.
Yeah.
But you have these a-holes who buy the shoe at 150, and you want the shoe, and they're like, give me 300, give me 400, give me and if it's those limited releases, those you gotta wake up and you gotta make sure you're at the computer and you gotta click, hit me in the queue, or you gotta go to a shoe store, like stand in line for 8 hours. Those shoes, like, we're only selling 1,000 of them, but like they're 1,000 at like 200 a pop or 250. And then you have the dude who buys the shoe. They don't buy the shoe because they want the shoe. They buy the shoe, then they go on eBay and say, give me $2,000 for it.
Yep.
It's the same problem.
It's exactly right. Well, here's where the other problem is. So you jump into a break, Ferris, and the seller says, hey, there's a possibility of you hitting a $2,000 card in this break.
Mm-hmm.
You paid $100 to get in the break. So you think if I hit a $2,000 card, I quadruple my money. But you hit, but the card's only worth $65. So not only did you pay more to get in a break and you don't even hit your money back, you hit a way lower value card. And the odds of you hitting multiple cards,
it's gambling, bro. It's
100%.
It's gambling in a different form, bro. It's gambling in a different form. I hate that gambling is everywhere now.
Everywhere.
We need to go back.
I hate it too.
We need to go back. You know what? Sometimes we need to go back, and sometimes we need to go back in the day. We need to go back in the day where gambling is shamed.
Mm-hmm.
Gambling is not shamed anymore.
It's not.
Obviously, I talked to Michael Porter Jr., right?
It's not. Talk to his brother. Imagine his brother sitting in a jail cell hearing what his brother said about him. That's crazy, dog. I basically said,
absolutely crazy.
He basically called his brother a broke ass with no play. But that's not my problem. I get a lot of play. And it's like, bro, what is going on here? He was like, his vice is gambling, my vice is women. And like, just shut up. Wow. Stop talking.
He said a lot of stuff today that made me really glad he's not on my team anymore.
I saw a tweet where it said, Jokic had to go into work every day and walk in and see Michael Porter Jr. Damn right he hated his job.
Right. To kind of put a bow on this whole repacking thing.
No, it wasn't, Derek. You had to know people who gambled. You had to find an in. You had to find someone. Now it's just pull out your phone, download an app, and just you're sitting on your phone eating your chicken while you're watching the game, and you're just hitting, oh, here's a parlay, here's a price pick, and you're just clicking. It's like you're playing Candy Crush. Back in the day, you couldn't do that. You had to know your dude. His name was.
You had to go to Vegas, or you had to
go to Vegas,
or you had to have some guy that was going to break your ankles if you didn't pay him.
Exactly. Your bookie named Rodrigo. I shouldn't have said that. You had to know people. Now it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, but Derek, how many people actually did that?
Yeah, Derek, not everyone is you. Stop. You're not the normal public. I'm talking about Joe from Kalamazoo. You know what I mean? Who's a construction worker. He didn't know those guys. He just worked and went home.
I mean, if he's a construction worker, he maybe.
Okay, he may, all right, Joe from Sheboygan, who's like a.
I'm sure a lot of people did that, Derek, but not everyone, and it wasn't as easily accessible as it is now.
Yeah.
Jeremy says
it went from a lot to everyone.
Not gambling, but Otani News is saying, I don't know if he's talking about Otani is being sued. Because
it's him. He's being sued. Him and his agent are being sued. Yeah,
because they tied themselves to a resort, or is it a resort, or is it a?
It was a $240 million development in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I would have helped the community, where him and his manager killed it because they want the land somehow.
Oh no! They kicked the project. It's the project manager and the developer out of it. They kicked them out. They got them removed from the project.
So they can then take over the project.
So they could basically take over the whole project, and it's all. So the deal is they were going to build this, and his name was going to be attached to it. Hey, Shohei Ohtani, the great Japanese star, comes here at the off season and lives here. You should buy, Ferris. And you're like, oh, Shohei Ohtani lives there. I'm sure going to invest in this property.
So they used his name to promote the property, and he didn't know about it, or he knew about it?
No, he did. No, he did. But they wanted, supposedly what it was is they wanted concessions. So like they want free house, maybe some of the money that comes in. Not really sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you're using my name. Give me a free apartment.
Yeah. Well, this is not an apartment, Ferris.
Or like a house?
Yeah, this is like a whole thing.
Give me a house. You're using my name to build it. Give me a house.
So they were kind of I don't know. I don't want to say battling because I don't know the ins and outs. But basically, the developer and the listing agent basically got kicked out of it.
Okay, so he's not as evil as people were saying he was.
It depends how you look at it.
Because I heard I need to. It was an LA Times article. I need to read the article.
Read the article. Get a better, because you know me. I read something and sometimes it's hard for me to understand.
Derek, if you knew what they were talking about, you knew what they were talking about. But they couldn't outrightly say they were talking about gambling. And you know what? People act like the general public isn't that smart. They're not as smart as people think they are. They don't understand, because NFL Today talked about gambling all the time. Brent Musburger and Jimmy the Greek talked about gambling all the time. But not everyone knew what the hell they were talking about. Some people knew, a lot of people knew, but not everybody. Nowadays, you turn left, gambling. You turn right, gambling. You go straight, gambling. It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It was never promoted like it is, like with DraftKings and there's commercials every 5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes, bro.
To kind of go back to the repacking thing, where this all comes up is there's a breaker. The guy's supposedly suing people that says his name, but there's a breaker that does breaks, and Ferris and Adelia, these breaks cost just to get in for a division. So let's say you want the AFC West. Mm-hmm. They range from $299 all the way up to $700, $900 So there's 8 divisions. So imagine 8 divisions, and it's $790. It's $800 to get in per division. That's $3,200 AFC, $3,200. So that's $6,400. But $2,000 in value only comes out of those cards. That's where people are having this issue. The controversy is there was a card pulled, Gem 10 Joe Namath, and the breaker was like, "Oh, this card's worth like $5,000," and how cards are kind of priced now. Because Ferris, Adelia, I don't remember if you said you collected cards back in the day. You used to get a booklet called the Beckett, and it would tell you the price of each card. That's how you price cards out. You know how they price cards out now? They go on eBay and they look at the last sale of that card. That's how they price out cards, which is wild. But that's how they price out cards now. So people went on eBay, and this card was only a $70 card off a almost $3,000 break. So imagine, Ferris, you pay $3,000 to jump in the break, and you pull a $70 card.
Oh, I'm going full. Where's the manager?
Yeah. So that's where this whole controversy of repacks have come in, because people are in these breaks and they're spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
I used to get the box top cards of every year of the MLB. You know how they remember the boxes? Yeah. You buy a full on box, and I would buy the boxes, and then I would do the 50 cent things where you put 50 cent in, you bring it in, like it pops out a card of just like a random NFL player. You don't even know which NFL player it was. It's a random one. Like one year I got Calvin Johnson, Roddy White, just randoms, and it was cool collecting these. It was good, but then
it's all about money now. It's
take the fun out of it, man. Like collecting that stuff, it should be a hobby, it should be fun. Not everything needs to be a hustle, dog. Like not everything needs to be a job, or not everything needs to be like, oh, you got to make money off of it. It's
all money now. I told Adelia this. I went to a card show this weekend, and I saw a $20,000 Kobe card. I saw guys with just stacks of hundreds selling cards and buying cards. And why is it? I saw a 12-year-old kid walking around with a wad of hundreds like that. Why does a 12-year-old have a wad of hundreds?
Dangerous, bro. That's dangerous.
So,
the only cards that I have ever collected are a set of NHRA drag racing cards that I need to find somewhere and see how much they're worth.
Pretty cool. Never had any Colorado Rockies cards,
No, I never really collected the other sports cards. We drag raced as a family growing up, so that's why I collected the drag racing cards. But yeah.
Did you actually drag race?
No, I didn't drive. I was the team statistician. My sister drove. She won a race. My dad drove. My dad's best friend drove. My mom drove at one point. So
when she said she was the statistician, I was like, of course.
Of course. The track. Fun fact about Adelia: the track would ask her what the times were.
Not the track. The other competitors would ask me for the qualifying order and stuff, because I'd figure it out faster than the track would post the official order.
Makes sense. I see it.
Adelia, don't let the facts get away with a good story. Okay. All right.
Well, I'd rather be truthful.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to big you up here. Okay.
I know, but still.
All right. There's a Disney Channel original movie about 2 drag racing girls.
Yeah.
Adelia's technically a part of that story, because she knew one of the girls.
Yeah, I knew. I knew Erica Enders and.
Right? Yeah. DBZ, if Adelia was the racer,
would have been awesome.
Look, I didn't learn how to drive until I was 18. We quit drag racing before that, but yeah, I did.
Adelia, some people we know still don't know how to drive.
Yeah, but that movie that
a shot at me
about no. But the movie that Ferris is referring to about Erica Enders and her sister Courtney actually has Beverly Mitchell from Seventh Heaven playing Erica Enders, and Brie Larson plays her sister Courtney.
Yes.
Shout out to former Miss Marvel, Brie Larson. Is she still going to be Miss Marvel going
Captain
forward?
Marvel. She's not Ms. Marvel.
She's Captain Marvel. Miss Marvel is Kamala Khan.
Iman Vellani.
In the original X-Men comic, or X-Men, she was Miss Marvel.
In the original, in the comics, she was originally Ms. Marvel. Then she became Captain Marvel, and Kamala Khan became...
Because remember, Shazam was Captain Marvel.
Yeah, and there was a big old
Yeah, then Marvel's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Give us that name. It's like, fine, we'll rename it Shazam.
Well, DC, that was a troll job by DC.
Oh no, yeah,
It was
definitely a troll job.
DC character is going to be Captain Marvel.
Yeah, it was definitely a troll
All
job.
right, guys, it's 11 o'clock my time.
Yes.
So can we?
Yeah, we're gonna
move
wrap
on
this
to
up.
the final segment?
We yeah. So we can go ahead and cut the music. Sorry.
Suge's fault, Adelia.
It is. I tend to go too long.
You did monologue quite well in the WNBA talk, by the way.
My apologies.
No, I mean Ferris did.
Oh, well, you know what?
We have a blind ranking. Ferris, you can also do the blind ranking if you'd like.
Oh yeah, I forgot we had this. I thought we were over. It was, okay, let's get it. Let's get this going.
You know, I've never done one.
I've never done one either. So do I tell you the topic or do I just give you the names?
I think the topic is fine. Wait, no. You don't give the topic. You don't give the topic. I think you just give the names. I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
So I have six names. This is a sports topic. Babe Ruth.
Oh wow.
Wait. No, I think you know what? I think you do need to give the title.
Yeah. Okay. So the topic is sports goats.
Oh wow.
Okay.
And the first name is Babe Ruth.
All right. So it's 1 through 6. We can't go 1 yet. So no. I think with Babe Ruth but the problem is I don't really think he's the GOAT. So I think he's probably gonna be like 5 or 6.
I go 6.
Let's go 6.
Okay.
Oh, the Babe 6.
Okay. Let me update this. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Tom Brady.
Ooh, okay. All right. See, told you. So we got to think about it, right?
Who's better than Tom Brady
at their sport, right? Like their sport GOAT, like dominated their sport. So with Tom Brady, he has 7 Super Bowls and he was phenomenal. But there's a case where Lawrence Taylor or Jerry Rice are the GOATs. Tom is the greatest quarterback of all time, but individually as a player,
I would put Tom at 3.
Let's put Tom smack dab in the middle, 3.
Okay. Next up, Tiger Woods.
Oh snap!
Oh, this is tough.
Here's the dude. Like the problem with him is he is 2 majors off of Jack Nicholson.
Nicholas.
Right? But he has the most wins on tour. But he has the most wins on tour. Like he has like over 90 wins. Like on tour, he dominates.
But when he was dominant,
he racked up. The Masters actually changed their course. They called it tiger proofing to stop him from winning the Masters by 8 strokes every single year.
I would only have to put him 4 because of what you said of not having the 2 more majors
because there's also more sports.
Yeah, I go 4, Tiger.
No, because I'm thinking. Okay, let's go 5 because it's golf.
All right, we'll go 5.
Okay.
Okay. Wayne Gretzky.
See, told you.
But Gretzky should have been 5 and Tiger should have been 4.
No, because Gretzky
already got passed up in.
I don't mean nothing. No, I don't mean nothing. Because let me tell you what, barely. Because here's the thing too about Wayne Gretzky that the people don't talk about. In hockey, goals are nice, but they really like points. The points records, goals and assists. You get a lot of points that way. Second place in assists is my GM, well, actually my executive president, Ron Francis. He has, I think, 13,000 assists, Suge. Wayne Gretzky's first, and he doubles him. Gretzky has like 2,400 or something, or 2,600 or something like that. Gretzky, as a player in a single sport, dominated hockey more than the other people that we've named dominated their sports. I'm going Gretzky 1.
I'm not going. No, Gretzky is not 1. I would say Gretzky is 4.
You know, it's your show. We'll defer to you. We'll go 4.
It's gonna be some horrible baseball player number 1.
No. I only did 1 player from each sport.
Okay.
Michael Jordan.
Has to go 1.
We'll
Because
go.
what are the what are the sport
We'll
we're
go.
talking about here?
Okay.
Baseball. So
let's see how
baseball.
what's the last
No,
sport?
no. Babe Ruth is already on there. Yeah, I would have to go 1.
Okay, 1.
Okay, and Muhammad Ali.
So he's 2. See, he's 2.
Damn it. Yeah,
So
but
count
no,
this.
but Muhammad would be 2. I would.
Okay, because with boxing, too many weight classes. You know, the smaller boxers are they better boxers than Muhammad Ali? Some are. You know, but I think Muhammad Ali he's more of a better boxer because he's better than most heavyweights. He was more technically gifted.
Yeah, I would just flip 5 and 2 for me personally. That's why I can see Ferris flipping 3 and 4.
You'd put Tiger.
Tiger Woods at 2?
2, and Muhammad at 5.
5?
No.
I generally think people don't understand how dominant Wayne Gretzky was in hockey because hockey isn't like people like in America.
D Weezy saying the all-time points is the record they always say no one will touch.
No one will touch it.
True.
Like no one will touch it. People like because like hockey is like the 4th or 5th favorite sport in America, right? It fights soccer for 4 and 5 are them 2 because the top 3 are the top 3. It's definitely football, basketball, baseball. But then locally...
So here's the thing with Gretzky and the all-time points. He has 2,857 points. Second place is Jaromir Jagr with 1,921. He has almost 1,000 more points than anyone else.
Shout out to Jaromir Jagr.
You know funny about Jaromir Jagr, Suge? He played in the NHL till he was 44 and he still couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
He still couldn't break it. He played till he was 44.
He was trying to break it.
He was trying to break it. And
he almost stayed in this piece till I'm 50.
Exactly. Like here's the thing too about like Ovechkin's already what 42?
Yeah, he's done soon.
Is he 42?
Ovechkin. Let's see here. How old is Ovechkin? 39.
Oh, he's 39. He looked 42.
Dweezy saying Jagr probably still playing. This is true. He plays over in the Czech Republic now.
Yeah, he plays in the Czech Republic. Yeah, so Ovechkin's 40. He ain't touching that.
No, Ovechkin has 1,623 points. So Gretzky has roughly 1,230 more than him.
Yeah, he ain't touching that.
He ain't touching that, dog.
Yeah.
Like the way Gretzky...
Ovechkin is 3 goals ahead of Gretzky now. He scored more goals than Gretzky, but Gretzky's strength wasn't scoring, it was assisting. He's got 1,963 assists.
Suge, imagine that, Suge. His weakest thing, he was still the all-time leading goal scorer.
The second place in assists is Ron Francis, as Ferris said. He has 1,249 assists.
Doubled him up, Suge. He doubled him up.
Not quite doubled him up. He's ahead by about 720.
Pretty close.
Saying double him up sounds funnier.
I know, but it's not true. But yeah, if I were to do this, I would have Gretzky 1, Jordan 2, Tiger 3, Muhammad 4, Brady 5, Babe Ruth 6.
She said put Brady to the back.
But Ferris is right. You could make arguments that because of the different positions and stuff, that other players were better at their position than Tom Brady was as a quarterback.
Jerry Rice.
Yeah, you can make that argument. You can't make an argument that there has ever been a hockey player who played professionally in this country or in Canada or anywhere in the world, really, that is better than Wayne Gretzky.
Suge, imagine that, Suge. Imagine that, where all these new hockey players every year that come up, their legacy is for second.
Gretzky retired, and they retired his number throughout the league. No one will ever wear the number 99 again.
Like, I'm a big fan of Sidney Crosby, but when he was basically like the second coming of Jesus, is what they were saying. But they were still like, oh, but he's still going to be the second greatest player of all time.
Yeah. Sidney Crosby, 1,687 points, 625 goals, and 1,062 assists. So he's 901 assists behind and about 270 goals.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's insane. It's insane. Like, I don't... It's because people in America don't appreciate hockey. They don't understand how dominant he was. The Oilers were a great team overall with, Mark Messier and the third guy. What's the third guy's name, Adelia?
Yari
Yari Curry. Yari Curry. So like those three were monsters, but it's crazy how like he was so great. People forgot how great Mark Messier is until Mark Messier had to leave to go to New York, and that's when he became Mark Messier. But no one really cared about Mark Messier because Gretzky was on his team and he was the guy.
Yeah.
Every hockey player from this point forward is playing for, you're going to be the second greatest hockey player of all time.
Yeah. Some of those records just will not be touched.
Won't be touched. They won't be touched, man. That
Gretzky retired after a 20-year career at the age of 38. And some of these guys have played past that and aren't even close.
No, not even know we were close to
Jaromir Jagr played till he was 44 and he still couldn't do it.
That's
still couldn't do it, man.
Well, like Adelia said, we're going on 2 hours. We're only supposed to do an hour and a half, but
yeah,
it's all good. Normally, I would say, where can we find everybody? But we're all on the same channel now.
Find us here, guys.
Yeah, find us here. Adelia, let us know where they can find all of us and where all the links are at and where they can sign up for the Patreon and all that good stuff.
Well, if you're interested in supporting the channel, there are some links in the description of this episode. If you are on Twitch watching right now, there are links on our website, letsgetreadynetwork.com. You can join us on Patreon, on Ko-fi, or you can always buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/LGR_network. We really appreciate all the support. It helps us be able to grow the channel. We all put all the money that we make off of that back into the channel. None of us are making any money off this. So thank you for that. And then you can find Ferris on the eponymous podcast of this channel, Good Friends, Better Rivals, on Fridays, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can find me on Starting 11 on this channel earlier on Tuesday nights. I do 2 shows on Tuesdays now. So that's 5 p.m. Pacific on Tuesdays. That's live, me and Snark talking about the English Premier League. And then, of course, back here on A Steel Conspiracy next week at 7 p.m. Pacific.
Yes, and make sure to check out all the other links to the other shows. There's on the other channel that has some great stuff going on over there. They're talking Marvel. They're doing some cool stuff with Buffy. I believe you guys are still doing Angel as well.
Yep, Buffy and Angel. We've got Marvel on the Saturdays. So yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
You can find a link to the post-credits channel on the homepage of our Good Friends, Better Rivals YouTube channel. Or if you're on Twitch, there should be links to both channels down below.
Yes.
Guys, 221 subscribers. We were at 215 for long. Then we got 6 of them. Shout out to y'all, man. We'll keep climbing. Keep climbing, baby.
And thank you to everyone who watched tonight. We were up to like 13 people watching at one point. So really
make sure you hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button.
Really appreciate it.
Can I say something?
Absolutely, first.
I'm going live on Twitch right now after this.
There you go. He's playing Mafia.
TV/LGRN_official if you don't know.
Yes.
Are you playing Mafia again?
Yeah, Mafia, the old country.
Are you throwing anybody off a bridge?
Probably. I probably am.
Go hang out with Ferris on Twitch.
I've killed people.
Keep him. I wouldn't doubt it. But you in video games, you're always killing somebody. Go hang out with Ferris on Twitch. Make sure to be there while he races people with horses. I was watching the other day when you were stealing bread. It was kind of interesting. I didn't see you as a sneaky person, but you did a pretty good job, Ferris. I liked it. I liked
very
it.
stealthy. Hey man, like we were clipping stuff out. You got them on our Instagrams, on our Twitter. Like those, man.
TikTok.
TikToks. I want me a horse race, baby. I put on the motherfucking Jets, baby. Put on the motherfucking Jets.
Sorry. You want to hear all that fun? Go check out Ferris on Twitch right now. Once again, I appreciate everybody that hung out tonight. Appreciate everybody that was here commenting. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, like the videos, share it out. We really appreciate it, and thank you for your support. I hope everyone has a great night. Stay safe, and we will see you next Tuesday. We are out of here.
Image, your beats are so fire.